Good evening, everyone. We're back again. Back for some more chaos, more good racing, I hope. Some more voice losing talking. Evening, man of Christ. Good to have you in me again. I'm sure you'll have a lot more questions for me, which I'm glad of. It gives me stuff to talk about. Just waiting on last few people to join now. I'm looking forward to making Mick Schumacher's crash look like a comfy pillow. It's not the easiest track, is it? I personally really like this track. I've always got on really well with it, but I know if you get it wrong, it's going to be pretty dire when you're heading for a wall. Let me just keep an eye on who needs to join. So I would like to get this going at 8 if we can. If anyone does know of anyone that's not here that should be here, please feel free to invite them as well. Save me doing it. On a wheel it would be great. It's a challenging controller. Yeah, fair point. Obviously I am on wheel, so your track makes it look like you have a Dayglow Mike Tyson tattoo. Oh yeah. I look like Terminator. Oh, look at that. What was I doing? Looking at people that should have been here. So we're missing Broke Gorilla. We are missing. We're missing DXT Matty. Kale is in. Screeto is in. Marshall is in. HKM missing. Spinotto missing. Fages is in. Camo in. So Broke Gorilla, Matty, HKM, Spinotto. So hang on, let me take those. I'm guessing there will be at least 2 safety cards. What do you think? The Greek god Moylan. I can't say I'm a Greek god. I'm a god, but I'm not sure I'm a Greek god. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I don't know. I feel like it could surprise us. Like, part of me wants to say there's going to be like 5, but I feel like once people get their eye in and settle down a little bit, I think we might be okay. But I'm gonna go 3. I'll go one more. I'll go 3. Put you off. Thanks, Rob. I'll jump in yours later and put you off. Anything under 3 it'll be surprising. Yeah. It's the race. Well, the lobby will launch hopefully in the next few minutes, Cherry. And then we've got to run. Well, full quali if more people are up and join. So the race will probably start, if we're running full quality, race will probably start in like 40-ish minutes, maybe a bit less, something like that. Come on, where are they? I haven't got any invite. HKM says, oh, okay. What drinks are on the cards today? I've got Corona at the minute. I'm just going pretty basic for the moment. I do have a couple of bottles of Jack Daniels downstairs that may come out a little bit later on. The trouble I have is I don't like keeping too much up here, because obviously once the race starts I don't want to walk out and keep coming back in. So everything gets very warm up here, because with everything, all the PC and everything, it does get quite warm in here. Let's just send some more invites out. So send Matty another one. HKM's definitely had one now. Who else does he was missing? Broke Gorilla, Matty, HKM and Spinotto. That's who was missing. So Matty G's in, HKM is in. So now you need a mini fridge. I do need a mini fridge, mate, but I have the electrician's nightmare in this room. There is one plug, one socket, and everything runs off that one socket. All my rig, all my PC, everything. So I'm running out of like space on my extension tower, but I'm hoping to get it done pretty soon. No, Spinato is not in yet. No. We're missing. I think. Oh, we're missing Spinato, Broke Gorilla, and DXT Matty still. So. Where are they? I'll give it another minute or two and then I'm just going to launch, because otherwise we're just going to end up waiting forever. I don't think Broke Gorilla will turn up. He hasn't turned up as of yet to any races, so I'm not holding my breath on that one. Matty and Spinato usually join though. I won't be able to make this race celebrating with it. So Spinato's not coming, man of Christ. You'll be disappointed to know. I kind of wish he'd not checked in and said that he was going to race, but you know, whatever. So Spinato's not going to make it. So we're missing Broke Gorilla and Matty. So they haven't made any effort to say it. So if anyone's watching, whoever is watching, let's ready up. Let's go. Let's get on with it. So get them to ready up. What chances do you give Curly winning this race? I'll say 64% chance based off his grind. It depends how he gets on. I mean, I know Curly's very strong at some tracks and not so strong at others. Like he struggled last week, but I think survival's going to be a big thing here. Like it's very easy if you have a tiny moment of like loss of concentration. Well, you can't afford to have it, to be fair. You can't. There is no running wide on this track. If you run wide, you're hitting a wall. And if you get away with wing damage only, you're lucky on that one. But anyway, while it's launching, let's have a run through standings, so see what we got. So, still leading the way by some miraculous act of God. Zodak is still in the lead after a shocking few races, but he's still there. Closely followed by Scarito and Dan Roush, who are now tied on 111 points each. Marshall currently sat on 107.5 in fourth, which I can't stress how much I'm enjoying this battle. So like we've got 10 points between the top four. Hyde is only another 4.5 back. Then we've got 10 points down to Webstappen, who obviously returned last week. Considering he's only done 6 races to everyone else's like 10-ish, he's I wouldn't be surprised if we see Webstappen come back at this. Curly 1 point back in 7th on 92 points, and we've got a 40 point drop down to Matty in 8th on 52. Just Run, after a really good debut performance last week, managed to bag a full 34 points with a sprint and a feature win, pushing himself straight up to 9th. Great start. Tied with HKM in 10th. Hepburn's down in 11th on 23. Expecting some better performances out of Hepburn. I know how quick he is. I know he can be quick. Viper down in 12th, Kane in 13th, Jack, who unfortunately has had to leave us due to a broken shoulder, down in 14th, Spinato in 15th, but again not racing today, Fake Jesus in 16th after his debut scoring points, Camo in 17th on 1 point, Fox yet to score, and Broke Gorilla and Brooksy obviously not raced yet either. Yeah, up the active cards. Yeah, look, they're on your side, mate. Have a quick look at team and then we'll get down on track. So, team standings. So, Red Bull still lead the way, 216.5 points with... it's not a bad lead, but it's not unassailable. So, Haas back on 176 in P2. Bit more of a drop down to Alpha in P3, 135. McLaren in 4th, 126. Almost level with Ferrari on 124.5. The pace isn't the issue, it's a love story over walls. Well, stop it. You need to break it off, mate. 6th, we've got Alpine on 111. Williams in 7th at 94. AlphaTauri in 8th on 49. Aston in 9th on 35. And Mercedes bringing up the rear with 18 points. Nice to see that every team's got points, though. And the wins have been really well spread so far, which is always good to see. So, Let's get to it, shall we? There I am. Hi again. So, let me get rid of my keyboard because I don't need that anymore. Now we're in. Get rid of that. No more typing. And go straight to my controller. Who's out first? And I need to click on that, don't I? There we go. So, I think Hydra is going to be our... Oh, no, wait, no. It's the Haas. It's going to be Matty G. So, Matty G is going to be the first one to get a lap in for us. Obviously, barring anyone joining late, everybody should get through this session. It is showing 15 drivers, but there is only 14 because for some reason 4th place is missing. Just make sure I've not got any messages. I don't think I have. Are we good to go? Yeah, all good. Just making sure no one's joining late or anything, but I haven't anything, so let's get on with it. Evening, what's happening? How you doing, mate? Feeling a little bit better this week, or how's things? Matty with a fairly clean turn 1 and turn 2. I feel like you're almost wasting footage if you're not on board on this track. I don't like being on board all the time, but you can't appreciate just how fast and how close you are to the walls from outside. Where it runs off there, gets away without invalidating by some miracle. So 33.222 in the first sector. Not really going to know how good that is until we've got others coming through. So it's looking fairly clean so far though. No real dramas, which is nice. Obviously that doesn't always mean it's quick, but at least it is clean. Coming down to the end of sector 2. Obviously it's going to be purple because he's the only one to get through it. 102.388. I would think you're going to have to be getting into like sub 130 to be putting in a semi-competitive time. Well, I'm still a bit rusty and stiff, but only just raced here. But just only raced it. Oh, right, okay, yeah. It's alright, I couldn't work out what you're saying there. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're up mend. 130.4 Mike puts in, so yeah, it's good to have you back. So hopefully as weeks go on, you'll get stronger and stronger. Viper's on an out lap, Hyder's on a lap. Cherry says Eris uses that trick every lap in GP1. Yeah, they're not daft in GP1, mate. Any little advantage they can get, and they'll take it. Hyder puts in a 130.8, so 4 tenths down on Matty G. Coming in with a strong opening lap. Matty G's another one that's like flat out or just flat in a wall. Hepburn's on an out lap. We've got a Alpine on that lap. I'm trying to figure out who's next. I think it's Fake Jesus then. He's going to be the next one to cross. Not running any energy at the moment. Let's just make sure I'm not... Oh, I friggin' hate this game. I cannot click on anything. That's what I need to do. There we go, I've got sound now. That was stupid. I can turn it down a little bit. Sorry for the pausing. There we go. Now we're good. I'm slowly figuring that out, yeah. Any little advantage, mate. Unless they tell you not to do it, you do it. Fake Jesus puts in a 136.2. Wasn't running any energy though, so I'm guessing that's just a bit of a warm-up slash banker lap. Matt is on his way in. HKM is on a run to line and an out lap. So Viper's going to be the next one then. Coming down to the last turn. A little bit of a tricky one. It looks really simple, this corner, but it's so easy to turn in a little bit early and have to correct or not quite turn in enough, and that really compromises your run to line. Viper's going to put in a 133.1. So the time's not as quick as I was expecting then. I was kind of expecting everyone to be hovering around that 130 mark. Maybe I'm just being over optimistic, but anyway. Hepburn's come through. Zodak on an out lap. So Hepburn's going to be the next one then. Mr. Walls himself. Backing off. Obviously not happy with that lap. Wants to go again. Scarito's following him round down to the last turn. He is still pushing. I'm saying he. Might not be a he for all I know. they are still pushing. How to get cancelled in one easy step. Scarito puts in a 130.7, puts him stop into P2. Literally said it and then instantly repeated myself. Fake Jesus now on a push lap with their energy on. Running to the line. I think this could be half decent time looking at where we are at the moment. 130.7, yeah, up into P2, almost matching Scarito. So very close between those two. HKM going to be the next one round. I think this is how it's going to be. I'm just going to end up catching back of everyone's lap around here because it's such a fast lap. And there's that much going on. I think it was a little bit of a touch of the wall there on the exit. It's going to be a 136.5, so not really a competitive lap time so far. Hopefully that's just a bit of a sighter. Viper coming into the box. We've got Zodak coming around. Yeah, Zodak coming around. So championship leader on the first attempt. See if they can put in a solid first lap. I haven't seen anyone bin it yet, which has kind of surprised me a little bit. I won't lie. Evening, Matty. How's it going? Oh no, Heidi's already set a lap and retired. That's fine. So Zodak up into P6, 133.5. I can't figure out whether people are just sandbagging a little bit or whether there is this much of a pace gap between everyone around here. I know it is a tricky track and it's easy to lose or gain a lot of time, but Scarito coming in. Is that Camus on his way out? It is on his way around. Fake Jesus, I imagine, is on his way in. It is. Yeah, there's not really much to watch at the minute. Not many cars and tracks. So Camus comes in, out lap straight into an in lap apparently. Scarito retires. They're not going to run again. HKM. Come on, fast guys, set some fast laps I want to benchmark to aim for. I don't think they're going to come out until Q3, mate. So HKM runs to the line, puts in a 32.8, that's a much better lap. Knocks almost 4 seconds off. How much fuel are they running? Normal qualifying amount. I thought they might have been running a lot of fuel load. Do we have to put a time in? I think it's only fair for me to say yes at this point. Like, it was kind of too late to call it as not doing, and now that half of the field has sort of used a set of tyres, I think it's only fair to say at least go out and do a run. I'm not asking you to go flat out. I just don't think it's fair that I change the rules once half the field's used them, if you know what I mean. Rob Steppen on the end of their out lap. Hepburn's just started. I'm going to go with Hepburn actually. I'm actually going to ride on for a lap just so we can see how close everything gets to the wall. Oh, too close to the wall! I cursed it. Don't know if any damage was picked up. It looked as though it was front wheel rather than front wing. Oh, Hepburn, what are you like? Missing them F2 cars, mate. Oh, we've got Mercedes round. That's fake Jesus. That's an odd place to spin. Don't usually see a spin there. You see someone in a wall maybe, but gets away with it. No real damage. So Hepburn did back out of that lap, I think. Yeah, no energy being deployed. So Matty G on the way in, I think. Yeah, Matty G on the way in. HKM also on the way in. Fake Jesus, I would imagine, is coming in as well. Just run on the end of their out lap. Lobstaffy pushing? Lobstaffy's pushing, that's it. Right on board the ladder. This is probably one of the trickiest corners. Get through that, okay. It's a really difficult one to get right. You've almost got to aim to hit the wall and hope that it understeers a little bit. Oh, just out of curiosity as well, how loud is it when I'm on board compared to me? Because I don't want it to drown me out, that's all. I don't want it to be silent, I don't want it to drown me out. So if Seppen's getting to the end, it's going to be 131.5. A decent lap, it's spot on. Ah, cool. That's good. So Curly on their outlap. Camu is now going to go for a lap after boxing at the end of the outlap last time. Turn 1, turn 2, looking pretty good. Thank you, Cherry and Matty, for letting me know. Turn 3. Is this turn 3 or is the kink turn 3? I don't know. I'm going to call it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. I'm not sandbagging, trust me. Yeah, it's not. It's an odd track. It mixes up the grid a lot, this one. This is where you get that one guy that just really seems to click with street circuits. And they usually tend to be quite good at Monaco if they're good around here. Oh, excuse me. Camera's looking pretty good so far. Just Run has just put in a 1:31.3 to move him to P5. Camu, ooh, running wide, gets away without invalidating. You've got to be so careful of that curb. If you run over it, it can so quickly throw you off. There hasn't been any real dramas apart from that so far. A couple of points where they may have run a little bit wide, but it's not looked messy. Whether it's quick or not, we'll find out. You know, they have been struggling for pace on the whole, but it's looking like a good lap actually. 1:32.0, so not a bad lap at all. Really good lap from Camu. Verstappen coming into the pits. I think Curly's on a lap. I'll keep an eye on Curly. So through the S sections of Sector 1. Currently on a 34.020. Again, doesn't really need to push. Just needs to set a lap, that's all. Can prove to be useful for a little bit of practice. No dramas so far, looking good. I think Hepburn's just run out of fuel in front. Yellow flags are showing, but I don't think it's for any major incident. We'll get out of the way. Okay, looking really solid so far. Both Williams looking like they could go well. We'll see what the lap time is. I don't want to curse it, but Hepburn is indeed crawling along. Manacry supporting his man Curly. Run to the line, see what sort of time it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be quickest, but it's not going to be bad. So Curly puts in a 1:31.9, so almost matching his teammate. Two Williams going well, so currently setting P8 and P9. Two decent laps, solid laps. Camu on the way in, Hepburn on the way in crawl mode. H-Games on an out lap. H-Game seems to have done a lot of laps. I hope they don't think it's short quality. On brand new ones as well. So Marshall on their first run. Yeah, it's a good effort from Curly. Marshall's just going to run round on 0 battery mode, I think, which is not a bad shout. Less chance of it kicking and throwing you off into a wall. Flick to the left and sweep to the right, and then probably one of the longest flat out parts we get all season. Maybe only place you're going to get it longer is maybe Spa and Baku. So Marshall's going to cross. It's going to be a 1:32.3. That's a really good lap considering no deployment. And the amount of flat out sections here, that's a really good effort. Good start. So everyone has now set a lap, so no one's going to fall foul of the famous frenzy rule. H-Game's still pushing. Hepburn's also in an out lap again. Hepburn is on older tyres though, not on brand new ones, so no real loss on that one. They are going to be spent anyway. HKM showing as being 1.5 tenths down. I don't know how accurate that is. My phone's going mad. Bear with me a moment. Okay, never mind, it's nothing. So just one more real corner to negotiate for HKM. Hard braking. Gets it round, doesn't touch the wall, doesn't do a Verstappen. Flat out to the line, I think it's going to be an improvement, but yeah, 7/10, only moves at one place, so P10. I think that'll be the last actual push lap bus. Oh no, we might see Hepburn do another push lap for a bit of practice. Marshall's going to be on his way in. So I think Hepburn's the only one to stick with. Yeah, my man, Kelly the medal already, he's on fire. We'll see if we can find a bit more pace, there might be more in it yet. I mean, to be fair, what, 3, 4... if you could find half a second, he'd move up to P6. So it's quite close, and it's, like I say, it's easy to make up places here if you just don't crash. There's bound to be safety cars. It doesn't matter if you're not running that quickly. You're going to get brought back into it when those safety cars come out. So Hepburn through sector 1, looking fairly undramatic. 33.9, ever so slightly up. A little bit of a wiggle. Car trying to come round a touch, mid-corner. The session is now over, so everyone who crosses will now finish. Hepburn 1th of 3.4 after the first two, so almost a 10th up. I'm working on fine margins at the moment. Down into the final turn. Looks as though he clipped that curve nicely and runs it out wide on the exit as well. That's a good little run through there. Nails it to the line. Does improve. Takes almost 4/10 off and moves up to P6. 1:30.14. Yeah, look. Curly's biggest fans here. I don't know what he's paid him, but he's definitely his biggest fan. So that will bring a close to Q1. Are you sure it's not you, Curly? I'm just on another account, mate. So at the end of Q1, as we saw, Matty is currently fastest. Fitchies is second, Screeto third, Heiner fourth, just from fifth. Hepburn 6th, Webstappen 7th, Curly 8th, Camus 9th, HKM 10th, Marshall 11th, Viper 12th, and Zodak in P13, rounding us out so far. Webstappen and Zodak have used the mediums though, so there's more pace to come on that one. So we're now waiting for Q2 to start. Hepburn says if you could stop touching walls, that would be lovely. That is advised. Pardon me, nearly burped them. So come to start at Q2. This is where people have started pushing a little bit harder now. Obviously, we are going to lose 3 people, I believe, in this session. Wait to see who leaves first. Who's in a rush? There's always, I'm saying there's always someone, doesn't seem to be this time. Nobody's in a rush. Oh, there's movement at Haas. Matty going to be first out again. Looks like he might be. He is indeed. So, Matty G, going to be the first guy out on track. Ryan is Zodak. Matty G. He's going to lead. Who's he leading? We've got Hepburn, we have Zurek, and we have Just Run. All left the pits. We've also got a Williams on their way out. The World Driver Chair, definitely. Somehow, I think you'll agree that it's not been the greatest few races, but the strong start to the season has proved to pay off. Got most cars out on track now. I think we've just got 4 still sat in the pits at the minute. Get rid of that off my phone. As it was playing through my headset, so I couldn't hear anything. Come on, someone start a lap. Give me something to talk about. Nobody's crashed yet. That surprised me a little bit. I wasn't necessarily expecting anyone to like bin it completely, but I was expecting to see some carbon flying around. So Matty comes across, starts his lap. I need to get the lap data up. I'm slow on that one. Get that up, see what's going on. Turn 1, turn 2, looking very neat. Runs it out wide, gets a good launch. Out of 3. No, that will be 3. So 3 into 4, now 5. Back to the left, well, the double left is 6 and 7. Runs wide through 8, invalidates. That's not a good start, so we'll drop back to Hepburn. Avoids doing the same, keeps it within limits for that one, and does so for the next one as well. So Hepburn being chased down by Zodek. Zodek has invalidated though, ran wide, I thought he did. Thought I'd seen that Ferrari zip off that left hand side at screen. Got yellow flags, I think that's just for Zodek slowing down. So Hepburn looking pretty racy so far. I haven't seen him hit a wall. Whether that's just my game being generous to him, I don't know. But I haven't seen any major collisions. So NSX2, 1027. Is that good? My memory's not good enough to remember what a good sector split is for every track. And I don't really want it to be. There's other things I want to remember. So there's Hepburn coming down to the last turn. It's looked like a pretty clean lap, to be honest. See where it's going to be. It's going to be a 30.4, so that's definitely Hepburn's best effort so far. I'm pretty sure that's close to what Matty did in the last session, so Hepburn's found a decent chunk of time in that lap. Just run on the run to the line. 30.5 goes P2, so Hepburn does manage to jump Just Run so far this session. Like I said, they're not fighting for pole, but they do want to make sure they get a nice solid lap in to avoid getting dropped. Viper being chased down by Scarito, I think that is. Oh, Viper runs wide. That's going to give Scarito a lovely run to the line. If he slipstreams, which he doesn't, weirdly. So Scarito putting in a 1:33.1. Curly putting in a 1:31.6. So 1.2 off the quickest time so far. I'm pretty sure that's an improvement. I can't remember what he did last session. I'm sure you'll remember, man of Christ. Fake Jesus running to the line. It's a 1:38.8. That's going to be another zero energy lap. So we've got yellow flags. That's Marshall that's gone round. Currently, I thought he was facing the wrong way. He's not. Is there any damage? I can't see any end plates missing. So hopefully he's all okay. Just get on with it. Matty now boxes after invalidating. Looks like he's going to want fresh tyre. Oh no, he's out of fuel. That's why. Not hide it. Hepburn's going to be on the way in. Just Run will be... Oh no, sorry, that's Marshall starting a lap, isn't it? It's alright, I've got myself all confused. So Fake Jesus was doing another lap, but it's invalidated though. Let's have a look at Marshall, shall we? Who hopefully will keep it within the lines and pointing the right way throughout this lap. Ooh, running right on the line on that one, pretty perfect. up, but he's gonna be because he's set a 151 in his previous lap. Curly sandbagging until Q3. Man, swear those walls have magnets in them. Yeah, I think it's just the cars. I think they're just light walls. Marshall looking nice and neat. Showed good pace in Q1, considering no energy was being used. So I'm expecting to see a decent lap here. Through the troublesome corner from last lap. Gets through there without any dramas. Another flat out run. Second DRS straight on the lap. Plenty of DRS around here, plenty of overtaking opportunities. Ooh, I think that might have been a little touch on the inside wall the last turn. Hopefully nothing too major. Runs to the line. It's looking like it's going to be a decent lap. It's a 130.6, so moves up to P3 within 2/10 of Hepburn in P1. Things are starting to close up really nicely now. Camu on the run to the line. Camu puts in a 132.3. They're not quite as much as an improvement as you probably wanted. It's not a bad lap by any stretch. Pole lap 129.8. We shall soon find out, mate. HKM on an out lap. Viper gonna push that? Viper is gonna push that. On mediums though. Not sure there'll be enough grip on offer on mediums, but we'll see. Puts in a 132.6, so it goes P6 for now. I think that may be in danger of being too slow to get through to Q3, but we'll see what happens. Zodek coming round to end their lap now. Zodek not really finding this one of the happiest tracks from the looks of things. Comes across 131.6, that's better. A better lap from Zodek. Still not probably where they want to be, but it's a better lap. Fake Jesus just starting one. We've got Hyder. Oh, Hyder's invalidated. Hepburn looking to start a lap, I think. So Hyder has to box. We've got Marshall coming into the pits. We've got Camu going again. 131.8, so does manage to knock some time off actually. Improves on the second time of asking. Moves to within 2/10 of the teammate. Scrito just starting a lap, I think. Or was that one? Yeah, just starting a lap. HKM, ooh, HKM taking a very unusual avoidance route. I'm not sure why, because Viper was pitting anyway. HKM pits 2. Fake G's on the lap. I think they are. What a nice little grey helmet to match the silver arrows. Running the Patronus blue stripe as well. Very fashionable. Flat out run right up to the line. I think it's going to be like 131-ish. Yeah, 131.4. So moves up to P4. It's a good effort. Nice solid lap. Should be enough to get through, I would have thought. I know we're yet to see laps from Matty, HKM, Hyder and Webstappen, and to be honest I'm expecting those to be well, provided they can get a clean lap in, I'm expecting them to be 4 decent laps. So let's see what happens. Hepburn is recharging, I think. Although he is going to run out of fuel before the end of the next lap. Got Scrito behind. Yeah, Scrito is pushing. It's going to be 131.3. So 131 seems to be the favourite little area at the minute. It's all quite close in that. Webstappen just starting a lap. Hyder is on an out lap. We've got Camus coming in, I would have thought. Yeah, completely out of fuel, so they'll be coming in. Oh, he's gone round Hepburn. Has he gone round, or is he just... He might have just got out of the way, actually. Difficult place to spin. keep an eye on Verstappen. Oh, we've got a spinner behind though. That's definitely a spin. That's Scarito. Is it a spin? Oh, I don't know if it is now. It is, yeah. Half a wing missing. Must have been some contact there. Flick back to Verstappen. When Curly be driving in Q3, people better stay away. Only thing stopping this man is some fool that thinks he can fuck my man Curly. Yeah, look, he's a force of nature. He just needs to learn to harness his own power. Verstappen in the sector 2, 102.8 is showing purple, but that's never that accurate. It could be, it might not be. Oh dear, you'll have to excuse me if I yawn. I keep getting the urge, and I'm trying my best to quash it, but I'm a little bit worn out today. So Verstappen coming to line. This is looking quick. 130.4 does pip Hepburn to the fastest time so far. So these two looking like they're going to put on a nice little battle for pole. Having said that, top four are all very close, all within, well, just over 2/10. So very close indeed. We've got a bit of a gap back then to fifth. I'm expecting, obviously Matty we saw put in a decent lap in Q1. HKM hopefully we'll see more of. Hyder's coming round to finish their lap. There's a 29 out there somewhere. Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think there's definitely a 29 in someone. Hyder puts in a 131.6. So not terrible, but not really what we've come to expect out of Hyder. Used to seeing him right up there battling for that pole position. Maybe it's a bit of a banker lap. He's got a fast approaching Ferrari. Just kind of get out of the way. Not really. That wasn't the best bit of driving. Very nearly wipes him out. Camo's out again. Let's keep an eye on HKM. Obviously needs to get this one right. Only the gods give away such power as Kelly, the blessed angel, sent down to show these T2 drivers how you drive. You do realise with all this hyping, at some point he needs to win to like validate all your claims and support. You know this, right? Squirito retires, obviously thinking they've done enough. I think, well, it depends if, well, I'm saying they should be safe. It's only half a second between 5th and 10th. It's not huge by any means. Viper's just gone up to 7th for 131.5. Hyder's now sat in P9 and not looking all that comfortable. HKM 132.2, so not enough at the moment. Hepburn, if I can have a fully clean sector 1, I'll be close to 29. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, although it is half a second, if you nail one corner around here a little bit better than you did lap before, you gain a ton of time. I mean, I know the GP1 for RPR, I think the pole time for that was like a 1:27 something. So there is definitely time in there, it's just finding it in those corners. Oh, Matty caught that one. That's a big old smash. That's him done. So Camu retires as well. In fact, Camu's crashed. Camu's crashed as well. So we've lost two drivers very closely together there. So now the only person that can get out of that bottom three is HKM. Needs to find 6/10 on this last lap. I'm not sure how it's going so far. 4.6 down, so it's not going to happen. So this is going to be as it is. Curly is going to get through. Wasn't an outlet, but didn't need to be as it turned out. So Matty and Camu almost feeling sorry for each other. Unlucky Matty. Which one of them things? Curly's already shown his powers to it. Too early may lead to the early retirements of other drivers. It's a fair point. Yeah, you don't want to dishearten them too much. HKM does come across. We're just waiting for Viper to get back in his box, and that will bring an end to Q2. I think I might treat myself to a marshmallow. I need some energy to keep my talking up. Oh, that's bizarre. That's a new one. Showing me the chase cam. So, as we saw, Verstappen does take P1 and Q2. Just Run went P2 as well, missed that. So Just Run and Hepburn both within a tenth, so the top three almost glued together. Marshall in fourth, again very much in touch, 2 tenths back. Scarito in fifth, Fake Jesus in sixth, Viper in seventh, Zodak in eighth, Hyde in ninth, Curly scraping through in 10th. Then we're losing Camu, HKM and Matty G. Matty I was expecting to get through. If he completed that lap, I think we would have seen him somewhere near the top, so keep an eye on him during the race. But this is where it really counts now. So Matty's not going to be the first out this session anyway, we know that, considering his car is now a three-wheeler. Have a little bit of a drink before anyone gets out. Got the two most enthusiastic people in the world on the balconies above the garages. Let's see if we can see a mechanic come out of any other garages. My invalidated lap was a 30.4, 3 tenths up on that when it crashed. Yeah. It's a tightrope, this track. You're either on it or you're out. We've got movement from McLaren and movement from Red Bull down at the far end. I think that's going to be Hepburn and Just Run. Yep, it is. Let the fast drivers battle it out at the front and I'll just float about my entire tractor. Look, floating about's a viable tactic, mate. If you're still in one piece when everyone else isn't, that's a win. That's the difficult thing to accept when you're battling for a title sometimes. Like, you want to win everywhere, and yeah, that's ideal, but there's always going to be tracks you don't get on with. But it's being patient enough to just take the points from those, even though it might seem disappointing to run round in 5th or 6th. It's still good points, and it does add up. It's the only tactic for me, just survive. Yeah, that's fair. I think I've crashed out of the lead here more times than I've crashed like in any other position. It's always when I'm pushing too hard. So just running at 90% and keeping in touch is not a bad idea. Wait for Hepburn to start his lap. I'll get the timer up actually. In fact, on this one I think I might run telemetry. Shell Season 4, TTFL was in a title fight without a win on the board, me at Sierra. What? It happens. Sometimes people get a load of wins, but they couple that with crashing. And it doesn't, over a season, it doesn't work out that well, so... See if Hepburn can finally nail Sector 1 now, shall we? Oh, he touches the wall! Hepburn! And destroys his wing for good measure. Where have the overlays gone? I had a lot of trouble with them last week. For some reason, they just totally crashed. And I hadn't had the chance to test them before this week's stream. So I figured for the sake of not interrupting the stream all the time, I just run without them this week. I do, when I get the chance, I need to just test them and test them and test them and figure out what the issue is, because the race before last week they ran fine, they never had an issue, which was weird, but anyway, I'll figure them out eventually. Just Run will be the first one to do that then. Hepburn is not a happy man. Hepburn's saying front wing, who needs a front wing. I mean, in fairness, there's plenty of straights. He'll be very quick down the straights. So Just Run was another one that was right up there, so we'll see what their gauntlet is going to be. Laying down a marker for everybody else to try and chase. All looking very good from what I've seen. I did miss the first half of the lap looking at Hepburn, but it's looking like it's going to be quick. It is. We're into the 29s, 29.6. So just run, finding a decent amount of time. Viper 31.6. Hepburn's obviously going to pit because he's got no wing. Curly on an out lap. Marshall on a lap. Let's see what Marshall's got, shall we? Again, looking pretty good. The Red Bulls looking like a very strong pairing now. Run to the line. Marshall 30.3 does improve, not quite enough to match his teammate, but does find some time. Fake Jesus 138.1, but he'll be going again. Scarito boxes. There was a year it was actually real not having a wing around Austria. Yeah, I can't remember what. I don't know if that might have been 2020 or something. We're stepping on an out lap. Anybody on a lap? Yeah, Curly's on a lap. There's your man of Christ. Your favourite. Bit on the inside, but it's still a decent line. Carries a good amount of speed. I am going to just stay on board and see how close he gets to this last corner, the wall on the inside. It's close-ish. Not bad. Curly on the run to the line. Going to set a 131.1. It's a decent effort. Definitely an improvement there. Fake Jesus coming around to do their actual lap now. It's 130.1, so the times are definitely coming down. It was, yeah, Marshall's on the way in. Webstappen on the lap. .205 miles an hour before braking a little bit deep into that turn. Just get it squared up. Hopefully not cost too much time. 130.2. If you can hear me Webstappen, stay further left, don't run to the line, it's shorter. Well, I suppose everyone can take that tip as well. You might as well run that inside line, it is a touch shorter. Hyder starting a lap. Zodek on an out lap. Hepburn on an out lap. I think yeah, so Hyde is going to be the one to watch, I believe. And invalidates. Gonna have a nap, wait a minute when the race starts. Don't have a nap now. 5 minutes. And then you're in. What's that? Oh, it's just Webstappen getting out of the way. So Curly will box, I imagine. Curly boxes. Fake Jesus will be boxing too. Yep. So who's actually in a lap here? I think Hepburn then. It's hard to figure out who's actually in a lap and who's coming in, who's on an out lap. Well, that Hepburn's made it a lot further than the first attempt, which is a good start. Not really going to know what sort of time we're running on. There's no previous lap time to compare against. 102.8. Becoming a bit of a comparison now in the last corner. Another one that's a little bit deep. And boxes. Had enough of that one. Want some fresh tyres. Zodiac on the way in. Scarito also on the way in. So I think the only person to look at now then is Viper at the minute. Viper the only one on a lap. Marshall is on an out lap. Everybody else is gearing up for one final run on brand new tyres, I imagine. Viper half a second down through sector 1. So really struggling. In fact, has energy off. Not sure. Will they have time to get in and out again? I don't think they will. So I think Viper may. How much fuel they're carrying actually? They're carrying enough fuel, so they may be able to go again on these tyres, but they're not going to be able to box for fresh ones. Marshall. So Marshall, this will be Marshall's final run then. Will it? Where's he boxing? Ah no, okay. So I think Marshall's going to do another lap and burn another lap's worth of fuel off before going for one final run on the next lap, from what I can get from that. Viper is going to go again, I think. Yeah, Viper's going again now, so we'll check on Viper again. It's a little bit wide out of 2. A little bit of a connection jink to the side. Doesn't really seem to be able to find the rhythm through this sector 1. A lot of corrections going on. In the sector 1, 3 tenths down again. Yeah, 3.5 tenths. Not having the best of times. Keep an eye on it to the end of sector 2, but if we're still down, I'm going to have a jump to one of the other cars starting a lap, I think. So Viper at the end of sector 2, yeah, off second down, so I don't think there's going to be any improvement to come there. We've got Hyder just started a lap. Now, Hyder we haven't seen put in a really fast lap yet. I know there is pace there. Very good through sector 1, running right up to the walls. That looked really neat. Into sector 1, 32.9. So far so good. Through sector 2, we've got Hepburn gone round. Hepburn will not be a happy bunny. Not been a good quality today. Hyder, his teammate, coming to the end of sector 2. A 102.0. So I think this is going to be a very decent lap we're looking at. Has Hepburn lost wing? He hasn't lost his wing, but obviously can't go again because time is up. We've got a big group of cars running through sector 2 now. Hyder coming to the end of the lap. I run a touch wide, but nothing too bad. Fake Jesus has already finished. So Hyder 129.9. So the first real fast lap we see from Hyder in all the quali, and he sticks it on the front row. Just run, not going to be improving. We'll bring it to the line anyways. So it's whether anyone can beat a 129.6 now. Bottle job. Yeah, just focus on racing on, mate. Don't let it get to you. Zodiac running to the line. Don't think it's going to be pole time, but it's not bad. 130.7 gets up into P6. Marshall 129.5 does beat his teammate to pole. Thought he would have done it last week, but got hindered a little bit on his lap. But no such problem this week. Very good lap from Marshall. Scarito moves up into P6, 130.3, and Hepburn obviously had a nightmare and spun on his own lap. So it's a smash and grab. One Red Bull steals it from the other. Oh, I need to stretch now. I've spent too long hunched up. Oh, There's a yawn. So the gap is actually very similar to what we had last week, but just the other way around. So it is another Red Bull front row lockout. Marshall Pippin just run to P1. Hyder's just under half a second back in P3. Very closely matched by Fake Jesus, who will make up row 2. Webstappen and Scarito will fill out the third row. Again, fairly closely matched. Zodak and Curly on row 4. And then we've got Viper and the ever-spinning Hepburn down in 9th and 10th. Marshall's getting quicker. He's getting too powerful. Someone needs to knock his confidence. Who close to real life Red Bull's dominating? Well, if it's anything like real life, at some point they'll start arguing. And then there'll be an absolute calamity later on in season. Don't you mean someone needs to win from last? Yeah, look, if you can do it, Matty, be my guest. Just don't put it in wall again. See how many people actually finish this one. I think there's going to be a bit of a high attrition here. Waiting. Still waiting. Three, two, one. Beep. And now we can see the formation. And we can see what tyres everyone's on. So let's have a look, shall we? Everybody, bar Scarito and Kaylee, are going mediums. So it's very much a majority of this race. Kaylee likes to... Mind you, Kaylee and Scarito, they both seem to like to run that hard tyre and go deep. Hopefully they don't get screwed by safety cars this week. Well, if it comes out within the first half of the race, you will struggle a little bit, but then again, there is the flip side to that. If you get one a bit later on, that can help you. Just from wanting to get on with this formation lap. Taking off at the front. Marshall, his teammate, following him along. We are going to have... I mean, I'm expecting to see Hepburn come through, provided he can keep his head and just run a nice, consistent race. I'm expecting him to move forward. Matty as well. So I think... I don't know, I think we could see some chaos. I know... Oh, yeah, again. God, I'm sorry. It's been a long week. Yeah, I don't want to see a big pile up or anything, because obviously that's not good for people, but there's just such potential for chaos here. Someone makes a mistake and there's no way for you to go. There's no runoffs, you've just got to guess. So Marshall and just run. I'm going to have to slow it down a little bit now. Did I say the wrong way? I did. I said the wrong way around first, didn't I? That's me being stupid. I'm going to have to slow it down a little bit. Gather everyone up again. Matty's taking his sweet time, getting some warmth in. There is a big old gap back to Hyde, who's trying to back the rest of the pack up. To be fair, you don't really stand to gain that much. I don't think the tyre temperatures drop that much, if at all, when you start on the grid. So, two Red Bulls make their way to the front row. Both of them take the spots, no disqualifications, no dramas, that's all good. So you see Matty coming into shot to form up the final spot. Zodak does miss his spot. And HKM, so we've got two that have managed to overshoot. I've got terrible cameras. These are no... Oh, there we go, that's better. Front facing. So Saudi GP for TTFL is Wait for it. Go! Now we go. God, the light's terrible. Heidel gets a really good launch looking at it. Heidel gets an amazing launch. Jumped straight past Marshall. Marshall struggles. Oh, we've got a spinning Alpine. Oh, this has gone awfully wrong. I said there was potential for chaos. Curly is out already. Turn 1 and out. Marshall's had a nightmare. It's down to P11. VSC is out. So Just Run does inherit the lead. Heidi ends up second. Fake Jesus third. Zodak fourth. Websteppen fifth. Viper sixth. Matty seventh. After an amazing start. Made of 6. Avoiding all that chaos. Hepburn 8th. HKM 9th. Camu 10th. Marshall, as I said, down 10 into 11th. Scarito 12th. And we've lost Curly. All on the first corner. We'll Just Run gets the back in the way. VSC is now gone. Curly's not a happy bunny. I can't blame him. It is frustrating. Hyder already looking to make a move. And does so. So Hyder takes the lead. Looking really racy all of a sudden. Didn't show much pace at all until the end of Q3. And then he's just come alive. Fake Jesus trying to go with the front two as well. The front three have started to gap Zodak a little bit. So that's got Websteppen for close company. And then we've got another pack forming behind Viper. Matty G and Hepburn, 2 quick drivers. Hepburn's going to go outside. We're maybe 3 wide into turn 1 here. No, Hepburn backs out of it. We are 2 wide though. Matty G hangs around the outside. Can he get the traction? He can. He's going to get that one done. Hepburn has to tuck him out. Oh, Viper's hit the back of Matty. And he's gone round. Viper's definitely lost some wing there as well. Scarito just needs to watch for a slow moving Haas, but he's actually got going again. So Matty does go around. Hopefully he's not got rear wing damage. He did take a fair hit to the back. Surprised we've not had a safety car for any of that. Oh, there you go. So the front Zodak's actually clawed it back a little bit. So the front 5 are all within DRS range. Obviously not activated just yet, but he is definitely in that range. Viper's, well, obviously Viper's dropped back after that crash and missing wing. Marshall's now moved back up into 7th. We've got a yellow flag for something. Hepburn? Hepburn had a moment. Oh, Hepburn's lost off his wing. An end plate missing for Hepburn. So Marshall needs to try and get this move done as soon as, because he's already, well, he's a long way off the lead. Well, let's have a look, shall we? So Marshall already 10 seconds off the lead. So needs to get this move done and just get his head down. Oh, Viper runs really wide and loses the rest of his wing. So Viper having a shocker of a lap there. Dives into the pits. I would imagine he's going to put hard tyres on. Front 2 side by side. This is going to end badly. Oh, it's a squeeze. Just Run makes contact with Hyder and the wall. Hopefully doesn't pick any damage up and it was just wheel banging. But this is bringing Fake Jesus right into it, and it's keeping Zodak and Websteppen in touch as well. But the front 2 not holding back early on. There's definitely some hard racing going on. Matty's gone round, he's got no wing. It's another VSC, he's just backed into the wall as well. That could be rear wing damage. So VSC neutralises once again. Actually good use of the VSC for a change, rather than full safety cars. So the front 5 now of the breakaway pack. Marshall is a bit of no man's land in P6, as is HKM. To be fair, as are everyone. Matty's obviously going to pay it. The only real 2 that are together are Viper and Hepburn right towards the bike, with Camus closely behind. So the front 5, they're almost the only battle at the minute. It's all starting to spread out. Obviously loss of wings have played a big part in that. I imagine we're going to go green anytime. I think. Are we? Nothing there. 5-second penalty for Matty speeding in the pit lane. Just to compound things. Oh, fake G's that just hit the back of Just Run. Just Run goes round. Not sure what happened there. Not sure if he slowed down for Delta or what, and fake G's just wasn't looking, but definitely a hit on the rear. So the front 5 becomes a front 4. The 2 Red Bulls after the... Well, it's been a terrible first fallout for Red Bull. Now sat in 5th and 6th. Obviously we know they've got the pace to try and get back up there, but work to do. Got a yellow flag. That's Matty again. Matty's gone round yet again. Cold hard tyres. Not doing him any favours. Really looking to be struggling for grip. So Hyder's now broke away. Got 1.5 seconds over fake G's in P2. There's no real DRS going on apart from Verstappen on the back of Zodek. So these two are going to stick together now. I don't think they've got much choice. So I don't think either of them's going to be able to break away that easy. Just Run just about within DRS range of Marshall. And that's about it. It's not really that much close otherwise. So I think we're just going to have to see how these two can try and push forward. And see if Verstappen can get himself up into the podium places. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of things to talk about. So if anybody has any very deep questions that are going to take a lot of answering, feel free. Hepburn sets fastest lap 132.8. Obviously is down in 9th, but showing he has got pace. In fact, I might get the tyre graphic up. Just leave that up. That'll be why Hepburn's on softs. Thought it might be. I've got a yellow flag, that's HKM. HKM now wingless. Does manage to get turned around. So no safety car on this occasion. Just a long pit stop on the way. Go back to Verstappen. Marshall has managed to break the DRS of Just Run now. So Marshall trying to get his foot down. 3.6 they got to Verstappen, so we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously he's going to lose out a little bit down the straights because these two are running DRS with each other. Just Runs. Has he got back into DRS? Yeah, just got back into it, I think. Hyder's starting to disappear a little bit more at the front. 2 seconds now. Yeah, Just Run's gone. Yeah, back within 6 cents. 7 cents now. Hepburn clears HKM as is in the pits. I think HKM's going to drop almost back into last year. In fact, there's no almost about it, does so. So HKM ends up down in 12th. Marshall got the gap down to 2.9 now, so definitely closing in on these. Verstappen's looking to make a bit of a move, I think. No, not going to get it done here. Got another yellow flag, that's Matty again. Another spin for Matty. It's just not going well at all. I think saying last the first might have cursed it a bit. Verstappen absolutely all over the back of Zodek. Surely a move's got to be on this time. And is. There's a little bit of a lag spike then for one of them. Because that gap opened up immediately. Sorry, I got a safety car. Camo. Just hit the wall. It's got no wing. That's an odd one. We've had plenty of cars stopped and no safety cars, but then we get a car lose a wing and that's a safety car. But anyway, it does bring everyone back together. Nobody has been lapped, so everybody will get a chance to go again. The front few will probably not be very pleased with that, but it is what it is. 2 Red Bulls get a chance to close up again. Safety car's going to have a long old wait. Hepburn switches onto hards. We'll probably get to the end from here. We've got Viper in and Camu 2. HKM's obviously stayed out because he's only just pitted. So it moves up to P9. Matty stays out 2. Will we see any of the front runner medium tyres pit? I think it is doable for me, but it might not be the quickest overall. Rear wing damage is a bit, yeah, rear wing damage is a bit, you're right. It's awful. So safety car still parked nicely, waiting for the leaders to come around. Hyder does pit, takes that gamble. Fake Jesus follows him in. Webstappen 2. Zorak is, I think they're all going to pit actually. Yep, Marshall, Just Run will pit 2, but obviously we'll have to double stack, which is not ideal. Scarito might have to stay out here, and does so, yeah. Scarito stays out, so. Oh, Just Run double stacks and holds Fake Jesus in place. That's going to cost Fake Jesus places. That's cost him a place. It's a 3 cars. The drops. In fact, no. No, it was second, wasn't it? Oh no, Scarito pitted as well. So yeah, loses 1 Scarito, and then loses 3 to Webstappen, Zorak, and Marshall, all because Red Bull ended up parking it in front of him. Frustrating, and not much you can do about it. Matty's lost a wing again. Stop typing, mate. At least you can save your penalty and get a new wing. So everybody bunches back up. He's going to take another lap or 2 to get everyone back together, I think. And Matty's in. No speeding in the pits this time. We'll get to save his penalty. Gets a new wing 2. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. New tyres on. New wing is now fitted. And away he goes. Obviously rear wing damage not ideal, but like I said earlier, survival can be the difference here. So the biggest loser from this is probably Scarito. This has not been good for his strategy whatsoever. I have to say it's been pretty terrible for his strategy, to be honest. Everybody else has got a free pit stop over him. Not to say there isn't going to be another safety car later on. Could well be. Oh, Scarito gets a penalty for yellow flags. Somebody's been overtaken when they shouldn't be and caused the glitch, I think. Sure, that one will come up later. Verstappen does give the place back, I think. Runs off track, allows a pass. Scarito still carrying that penalty though. Matty G gets a penalty. Running off track, trying to catch up. Let's have a check up on tier 1, shall we, while we're waiting for this. Be in this lap. Is it going to go again? I think I may have missed that, haven't I? No, I think Ida thinks it's coming in. There we go. I think I missed it. So we are going to get going again. Right on board with Scurry. Oh, it's hit him! Hyder's out! Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. That's really not great. Marshall's ended up in the pit. I think he's lost some wing and all that. Oh, there's going to be some fireworks after this one. Matty G retires it in the pits. He's had enough. Webstappen somehow ends up inheriting the lead out of this. There's penalties. I think Webstappen... Did he get an illegal overtake for passing the spun cars? Yeah, I don't really understand what happened there either. I have to put that one in. Put that one in as a report. I can't race for damage rate. Yeah, I get that, mate. It makes it nigh on impossible. When your rear wings gone, it's just like driving on ice. So Verstappen and Zodek trying to make a run out front now. Who was behind you? Scarito was P2 at the time. Scarito's now down in P10 and way behind. Yeah, possibly, Martin. Viper's just... Viper and HKM going out. Side by side. It's going to look to go for it. They do get through without touching, I think. HKM on the outside, which will become the inside, and we'll get that done. Nice little move from HKM. Viper runs too deep. Oh, I've got hiccups now, for God's sake. Yellow flag, Camu's out. Camu has binned it. That could be another safety car, it is. So Marshall and Scarito are getting a get out of jail free card on that one. Both of them being pulled back into it. Yeah, it's going to be a long race, this one. Verstappen gets speed under the safety car. This has been chaos. Yeah, this has definitely been the messiest race I've watched so far. No chance on 5 second pounds of sticking. Well, if you... I mean, I didn't see what they were for. I'm assuming they were for passing the two cars that had come together on the restart. Obviously, if you don't pit and they're not there at the end... sorry, if you've still got them at the end and you don't clear in the pits, yeah, there's a good chance they'll get removed. If you pit and save it, not really anything we can do about that, I'm afraid. Because we can't just knock 5 seconds off your time. So yeah, if you go to the end, I'm 99% sure they'll get took off. So I think I'm going to be waiting a little while for Marshall and Scarito to catch up here. Marshall goes, are they new tyres or old tyres? Old tyres were only 2 laps old. Scarito goes onto brand new mediums. So Verstappen's looking in pretty good nick. And he's brand new hards, but obviously does have that drive through now. So that's going to drop him miles back instantly as soon as the safety car comes in. We'll have a quick look at tier 1 while this is going on. See if they have as much chaos. Yep, they do have as much chaos. There is 10 left in their race. They've lost 6 drivers. So, for anyone interested, Tier 1 has lost Rapid Elder, Josh, Frenzy Cons, and Panda. So, plenty of drivers having a nightmare. Anyway, I'll flick my attention back to what's in front of me. Hopefully we're going to be getting going again this lap. It'd be nice to get a decent run before the end. I think this is safety car number 3 now. Just run now, looking in a really good place. Please get going again. I need stuff to talk about before I fall asleep. I also need a wee, and I want the race to end at some point. What time is it? 9:25. Definitely been one of the longer ones. Safety car is indeed in this time. No dramas this time, everyone, please. No running into the back of each other. Safety car disappears out the last corner, so should be far enough ahead at this point. Zodak I think has gone actually. Has indeed. So Zodak's gone early and has actually managed to catch Just Run out a little bit. 7/10. I think Just Run's burning plenty of energy to catch up. We've got Verstappen coming in for the drive-through. Obviously, barring another safety car now, he's going to be a long way back. Still in the points though. Obviously, only 9 left in it now, so if you finish, points coming your way. I'll be curious to see how close everyone is to penalties, to be honest. Zodek and Hepburn, if they, for what I think they are, those penalties, if they go to the end, I'm 99% sure they'll get those removed. But I can't help but think that some people are going to be close to getting corner cutting penalties here. It's very easy to run off track. I daren't look at the race director because every time I do, my game gets stuck on it. Just Run's looking very racy, like he wants to try and get this done and try and break away. Scarito's just got past Viper down the wiggly straight, for want of its official name. Now coming onto the back of Marshall. Marshall's not had a good restart. What happened there? So the top 3 again starting to break a little bit. Hepburn sat on his own in P4. Not a bad place to be though, to be fair. If you're not under pressure and you're not that far off the front, it's sometimes nice to just be sat back a bit, just run really, really wide out of turn 2. Almost inviting a move. Everyone keeping it within track limits from what I can see at the minute. Scarito's still with Marshall. Marshall's now on the back of HKM. So I'd imagine we're going to see a move coming here any second. In fact, he's looking to make a move now. Bit of an unorthodox place, but putting the pressure on. Just Run, pressuring Zodek. I would imagine once DRS comes to this, we're going to start seeing things get spicy again. A couple of 3-way battles going on, and then the remaining 3 are sort of just running around on their own at the minute. Jesus, very close to Just Run. So I'm going to look for a move down to turn 1, and maybe just put the pressure on. Just pressure for now, no real effort to make a move. Marshall on the inside, which becomes the outside, should get a better exit. Not really though, not good enough. He's going to have to concede that one. Half ice. HKM sort of messed up the braking a little bit. All a little bit messy, but they do all get through. I think everyone will be glad to see the back of this track, considering how it's gone. Scarito's going to look to make a move down to the hairpin on the inside. Not sure he's got it done though, not carrying as much speed. Doesn't, has to settle in behind. Back to the front. Keep an eye on this. Hepburn is still in touch in 4th. Not within DRS though, that's the only trouble. Might start to cause some issues. Zodek, I would imagine, is going to come under serious pressure this time. Are we going to get the DRS games? I think we might have. Just Run now, I imagine he's going to deploy everything with DRS. Does indeed. Zodek not really defending it, covers the inside but can't do much. Has to settle into P2. Scarito gets past HK and might actually get Marshall get some serious straight line speed. Doesn't manage to get a 2-fer, but really good effort. Zodek now drops P3, got done by Fake Jesus as well. So 1st to 3rd within within 2 corners. So we'll see if... Ah, there it is. There's that penalty I was talking about. And it would be the guy in P2. So that's given Just Run a nice little buffer to try and run with. I think Marshall's... Oh, Marshall's round. Skriel's hit him. Oh, one HKM's hit Marshall. HKM's out. That's going to be another safety car. That Red Bull's took a serious battering today and somehow still in it. Do we lose yet another driver? Scarito loses another wing. I don't even think Marshall got any damage out of that, unless he got... There's a chance of floor damage, I suppose. So once again, everybody gets a freebie. Is it worth stopping at this point? What's everyone on? Might well be worth stopping. Not sure Softs... Softs may do it. He might get to the end from here. Otherwise, it's going to be new mediums if you've got a set, but Just Run stays out, Jesus stays out, Zobik stays out, Hepburn is going to go in, so I think, but he will have to serve that penalty, that's the only downside. However, Scarito will pit as well. Marshall, if Marshall pits, Verstappen stays out, right. So I think Hepburn would have lost out to Verstappen anyway. Yeah, so the penalty shouldn't really cost him anything. Marshall did need new front wing, as did Scarito. So Hepburn served his penalty. Yes, he has lost a place to Verstappen, but not the 5-second penalty as a result. The 5 seconds being removed. If it was a result of the crash on the restart under the safety car, I didn't see them come up, but I'm assuming that's what they thought. If that's the case, yeah, I'm pretty certain you'll get them removed. I was saying that to Hepburn earlier. Obviously, I haven't seen them, so I don't know what they're for. But if it's for what I think they are, then yeah, you'll get those back. Obviously, Hepburn has saved it now, so you don't need to worry about that. Has lost one place, but would have lost it anyway. Yeah, if it's for restart, you'll get it back. Oh, I need to sneeze. I can feel my nose is tingling. So, 5 drivers down. It's been a bit of a nightmare race, to be honest. It's not been what I'm used to. I have been spoiled a little bit last few races. Everyone's been very clean, kept it all together, but it's just... This is the trouble with this track, though. This is what I was saying earlier. If you have a moment, there's no way for anyone to dodge you. They've just got to guess which side you're going to end up at. It's not like they can just run off track. So Viper goes for softs, but they're not new softs. I am quickly. I've tried to hold it, but I'm going to have to run to the bathroom while this last lap. I'm trying my best to be back before the restart. I imagine it will be, to be fair. I made it. Let's see. Get my sound back. And I'm back. Okay. I even got myself a new beer. A pack of Maltesers. I need to move my bike back down though. Are we in this lap? No? Oh. Marshall's gone for softs. That's not a bad shout. Kind of what I expected Mo to do, to be honest. Scarito, I think, is going to take the same gamble now. Does indeed. So these guys are going to be blisteringly quick. Especially compared to the front three. Obviously we know Marshall's got serious pace considering he put it on pole. Oh dear. There's the sneeze. I've been building for like 20 minutes. Oh dear. So yeah, I'm expecting Marshall to make moves here now. I can feel another sneeze coming out, for God's sake. Oh, stop it. See if the car is in this lap. So. Just run goes. Not really caught up fit. Jesus, oh, that's got a brilliant run. As does Hepburn. Marshall on the softs getting a good run into turn one though. Hepburn manages to hang on for now. Not really much else to say at the moment. Fake Jesus obviously in danger of dropping down due to his penalties. Zodak carrying 1-2, but I'd expect that to get removed. Hepburn trying to close in on Webstappen. Oh, just run has been passed by Fake Jesus. We do have a change for the lead. That is what these guys on the softs are going to want to see. They want to see a battle up front. Gives them more time to get up there. Although so far, doesn't look like they've got that much more pace. I've expected to see Screeto and Marshall just slicing through the field. Obviously, Viper's softs will be all but dying now. 7 laps old. Hepburn right at the back of Verstappen. Just run still right with Fake Jesus. So very close. Everyone running so closely together. I mean, Viper dropped off the back a little bit, but the top 7, especially from like 3rd backwards, very, very close. Oh, Wetburn's had a bad exit there. Might have touched the wall. Looking for Verstappen on Zodek. Tyres are 4 laps newer. Zodek does have the inside. Verstappen's forced to hold the outside on that one. We'll get DRS at the end of this lap. Here we go. Zodek's out of energy. Ooh, a bit of a squeeze, but they're still good for now. Both of them get through. It's close, but it's clean. Front 2 are starting to gap a little bit now. Zodek playing a little bit of a cork in a bottle. Under a ton of pressure. But obviously all this train is starting to take away from these guys on softs. They're not getting to use the potential of them and they're wearing away. Almost corner by corner softs, they don't last very long. Hepburn saves it. Very nearly ended up in a wall again. So out front, just run still just about within DRS. Fake Jesus seems to have found a lot of pace on this restart. Verstappen does get it done on Zodek this time. Hepburn having a little luck as well. Zodek will get DRS back, but I think he's going to come under more pressure. Looking at energy. Ah, Hepburn's really low as well. In fact, they all are. They're all flashing. Marshall needs to get in on this. All the guys in front are low on battery and battling hard. He's going to get one there. Zodek's gone really wide. That's a free spot. Hepburn was it, Jeddah? Yeah, he's had plenty of attention with him. Zodek now gone from 3rd down to 6th in one go. Not been a good run of corners. The front 2 have pretty much disappeared now. I mean, Fake Jesus is running with a penalty, so just run's just got to stay with him. The battle for 3rd now, I think, is between everyone else. One more lap after this one. So let's just run wide again there. Screeto's got a good run. Screeto carrying so much battery. Very nearly full. I'm gonna use it now. Zodek does now drop down to 7th. Ooh, Screeto's deep. Too deep. Marshall trying to attack Verstappen, but he's a bit too far back, I think. So see if Screeto can get involved in this battle as well. We've got one lap younger tyres on the soft, so we'll go back to the front for now. Technically still battling for the lead, even though penalties are involved, but we don't know how close Just Run is to a penalty. are looking pretty comfortable though, it has to be said. Don't want to be pushing the boundaries too much. So just about 2/3 of a lap to go. We've got a yellow flag. Zodak's out. Will get classified because of the 90% rule, but it will be P8. So not a good end to the race for Zodak. It's unfortunate. Keep looking at the front. Fake Jesus and Just Run still together. Viper gets another penalty, but it's kind of irrelevant at this point. Is there going to be a move coming? He's trying. Putting that battery, but not sure close enough. Have a quick look back here. Marshall still with some batteries to use. Might look for a run to the line. Just Run. Not going to be close enough to get it done on track. Marshall is going to get Webstappen though. Had enough battery at the end, so Marshall does get back up to 4th. Webstappen ends up 5th. I think Scarito right on his gearbox in 6th. And Viper. Did Viper crash? What happened to Viper? It ended as soon as these guys crossed the line. Yep, it was something indeed, mate. You're right. So we'll have a quick look through the standings. Not the standings, the results. That's the word I'm looking for. Damage all around, but stayed in for. Yeah, I mean, 4th still good points, especially when you're fighting for title. Come on, it's so slow this game. Go quicker, please. There we go. So I'll skip the podium this time so I can go through the standings for a bit longer. So Just Run takes another win. 2 on the bounce. Again, really hard fought. Didn't just disappear at any point. Fake Jesus, big improvement on last week. Takes P2. Unfortunate that it was carrying that 3-second penalty. Did win it on track. Hepburn rounds out the podium. Not a bad result, all things considered. Started 10th, had 3 stops. Marshall in 4th. 5-stopper. It's an unusual strategy, but got points in the end. Webstappen 5th. Scarito takes 6th and the fastest lap point. Viper in 7th. Zodak. Did Viper finish or did he crash? Oh, Viper crashed. Okay. A +1 lap. So Viper and Zodak will get classified because they were within the 90%. Unfortunately, everyone else, HKM, Camus, Matty G, Hyder and Curly, will all be pointless on this event. Yeah, bit of a messy one, that one. About 5 seconds, yeah. Not an ideal race, to be honest. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed because it's like, I know it happens and these you can't always do anything about it, but considering the quality of the racing and how good it's been so far, it has definitely been a bit of a step down, this one. But still, thank you for everyone turning up, getting involved. Well done to those that did finish. Congrats to Just Run again for another win. Fake Jesus, really good result. Looked really strong at the end. Well done Hepburn as well for taking the final podium spot. Next week, let's have a look where we are next week, shall we? While I'm on. Next week we are at Imola. So, classic track next week. I'm a big fan of Imola, so hopefully we'll see some more good racing there. Not really much else to say about this, to be honest. As I'm sure most of you've seen, F2 League starts tomorrow. There is 2 spots left. If you want to have a go at it, by all means, you can take one of the spots. If you want to reserve, again, you are welcome to reserve, even though you are full-time in this. That's fine. But if you want to do that, you'll have to let me know, because you'll probably need the reserve tag to be able to see it. That will be streamed by DXT Nevo. Some of you have probably seen some of his streams that he commentated on before, but he's good at what he does. He's a lot better than me at it. So Yeah, be sure to tune in for that. I'm hoping that's going to be really good. We had some good practice with it last night. And then Monday I will be back doing commentary again for RPR GP1. I'm not sure where that. I think I might be Spain. And then we'll be back around to Friday again. Oh yeah, I'm racing. What time? In around 40 minutes I'll be streaming again, but I am actually driving this time. That's GP2 and that's in Canada. So if you're interested in that, feel free to jump in. Otherwise, thank you everyone for watching. Well done again, and I'll see everyone next week.